Hi there, folks. I'm just here with my good friend, John Yogi Hughes, the fastest man on the A9.
You better tell the story, Miss Daisy.
I was going down, it was a few years ago now, I was going down the A9 to Glasgow, and we were coming on a straight, must have been just in Perthshire, and I seen this car flying past me, waving at me. Must have been, well, no see what speed you were going, Yogi. and actually as well, shouting at me about driving Miss Daisy. And he tells this story to everyone. But what he misses out is as he flew past me, I've never seen a car brake as fast in my life coming after the speed car.
Oh, that's right, eh? Oh.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, great to have you on, Yogi. And what would be great is, you know, just if you shared a little bit about your football career, and you know, you've got a great coaching ethos, I think, and we'll speak about that a little bit later. But who were the coaches or managers or people that really influenced you through your career?
It was my father, to tell you the truth, Donald. My father played football with the great Dundee team away back. He got a trial for them, so he was a very good footballer. Never got sent off in his career, so everybody says, I must have got my nature from my mother. But a real good, wanted to play football, all that stuff. So my father, and then I played with some great managers, right from Terry Yorith, Ian Evans, who was the assistant manager to Mick McCarthy when I was away down at Swansea. Yeah. Jim Jeffries, Billy Brown, Alec McLeish, Jim Duffy, Ian McCall. And you pick up bits and pieces off them all. But I've always believed in passing the ball, getting the ball down and passing it. Even as a young player, I've never had a fight in training, during training, anything like that. And only one time I had a real go is when we were playing a 7-a-sides. It was a round robin 7-a-sides, and there was a young kid in my team and he was trying to dribble. Yeah. And I had a right go to him. I said, pass and move. So it's always been in me to get on the ball, pass the ball, and create and be in attacking football. We're in the entertainment business, so you have to get the ball down and pass the ball. So there's been a lot of them, and I've been grateful, possibly to Jim Jeffries and Billy Brown, for really getting me at a time and an age where I needed to put on the straight and narrow. And they too did that, so I'll always be grateful for them. And they're still really good friends of mine now. But then when you move on, you pick up bits and pieces. And then when I went to Celtic at the age of 31, so you had, or your experience, you walk in there, it was like a whole different ballgame. The intensity, the quality of player, and I found it really difficult to get up to speed. You know, training wasn't much different for Falkirk. It was just the tempo, the training, the intensity. I know the top players might have found it easy, but I found it difficult to get up to speed in terms of pass, move, on the ball, you know, popping it first time, go and follow your pass. And then you work with Tommy Burns. Tommy Burns was like Pep Guardiola in his day. He could just see the game. Fantastic footballer in his own right, you know, so God rest him. But it was just listening to him, picking up bits and pieces, and surrounding yourself and seeing how that was a big, massive influence on me going to Celtic. But it was well in me before that. The problem was, Donald, is having the confidence and the belief in playing in a team that you, as a player, that you could get on it and pass it. Yeah. You know, a lot of teams that I played in, it wasn't always total football. You know, when we played for Falkirk at Brockville, Jim Jeffries was fantastic at bringing the right type of character to the dressing room. And that's been the best dressing room I've been in for banter and the character. Yeah. Some real good players in there. Maurice Johnson, Simon Stainrod, Davy Weir, some great chipper, Ian McCall, great good players. But Brockville was a tight pitch. And we got stuck in and we made sure that we got right about team. So that what they talk about now is a high press. Yeah. We were doing that. We never gave anyone a time to play. So when Celtic and Rangers come to Brockville, they knew it was tight. They knew they were in a game, and we got right. And you know, it was man for man marking. Yeah. But I was always intrigued about passing the ball, and it always come from my father. You know, even sitting watching games, all that stuff. You know, going through the tactics, looking at it, this is what needs to be done. And then I was really interested in the coaching. I'd done my B badge as a young player at the age of 25, 26. That was many, many years ago. So I was doing it large, picking up all the bits and pieces. And when you go down there, it's a whole different world. The coaches, Tommy Craig was my tutor, one of my coaches, and the coaches that you meet, Archie Knox, all these guys, get close to them, pick their brains.
Yeah.
Every time I'm with Archie, I sit next to him, pick his brain. What about this? What about that? What about this? What do you do that? Did you do this? Did you do that? And then you're putting it all, and it all evolves, and you're putting it into your philosophy.
I love that, you because that's, you'll see it, and I certainly notice, you know, a lot of time in modern society we talk about hacks. You know, how can you do things quicker? But there's no really a hack to coaching in terms of, you have to learn from experience, but you can learn from other people's experience and take it in yourself, isn't it?
100%, Donald. I think that if you walk down the street and you see a guy with a nice smart suit on, you go like, I like that, that's a bit of me, and before you know it. So it's exactly as the football, if you see somebody doing stuff, then you pick up and say, what intrigues you? You say, what are they doing? How can I take that and implement it into my style of football and all that stuff? But my philosophy, I've changed it over the years. I was thinking, I can remember we played with Falkirk and we played Gretna once. Gretna were playing at Motherwell's place way back. And it was at the Christmas time, and the pitch was really bad. And I changed my philosophy that day. I said, I'll just turn them and go back to front, and they beat us. And ever since then, Don, I said, I'll never do it. No matter what the pitch is, I'll never do it. So much so, if you flip the coin and look at the other side, if my team play great football and dominate the ball, and great ball retention, and we get beat, and sometimes I go home a happy man. I go home a happy man because they're doing and they're playing the game properly. And that's where the process starts. You go in there, you've got your philosophy. Everybody at their own. I'm no knocking. You know, there's plenty of ways to win a football match, and that's what makes football fantastic and intriguing. But I go in there, my philosophy is for footballers. I think we get caught up in playing position. So when we're on the training pitch, we're all footballers. You know, pass, move, 1-2s, all conditioned for you to pass and move. Below head height, 1 and 2, so you have to play in small, tight areas, and all the training's conditioned like that. And then you progress it. We all talk about rotations and all that stuff, but it starts with that philosophy from the goalkeeper playing out for the back. I think if you kick it, if the goalie kicks it, then it's a 50-50 game. And if the other team's a better football team than you might not see the ball for a long time. And trust me, no footballer wants to be chasing. You want to be, I call it bulls and matadors. I want my players to be the matadors.
I love that. And you can just see that, the matador with the cape. I think I've told you this story before, Yogi. I remember, you know, I've known you quite a few years now, and I remember being in the stand at Inverness quite a few years ago. And I think it was, I can't remember how many months it was into when you came in. And I tell people about this story. I remember it would have been Ryan that was in the nets, and it was in a by kick, and he a few steps back, and I'm sure he was going to launch it up, and he looked to the side, and he seen you at the side, and instead of launching it, he passed it back. He passed it out to Carlo, I'm sure, and Carlo then passed it into midfield. And here was the interesting bit. Can't remember who it was that got on the ball in midfield, and they drove forward a bit, but they lost it. And it must have been about a yard or metre inside your own inside your own half. And this was the key bit, because I noticed then, I watched you, and I thought, this bit is critical. I remember thinking at the time how you reacted. You were brilliant, and you just clapped your hands and encouraged them, you know, to close it down and get it back. And I think that's a vital thing from a coach, because I was noticing to see, and I could see the players almost kind of an awareness of you. and people know when you want to play.
That's it. You need to trust them. If you're coaching them, and as you say, you start off for the goalkeeper, and everybody says goalkeepers press off at the back. There's tactics to it. You want the other team to come to you. You know, you want your centre halves because it's like piggy in the middle. They come at you, then you go somewhere else. And there's rotations. And it's like, but you have to trust them. You have to say, listen, everything I'm doing in training is pass the ball. If you give it away, as long as you get back on it and pass it again, pass it again, pass it again. And we all make mistakes. And sometimes a mistake will cost you a goal. But even if we're talking about Inverness, I can remember the season, we were doing pre-season. If you ever speak to the Inverness boys, Donald, you can ask them as well. One of the secrets about Inverness was, if you play for one of the Dundee teams or the Glasgow teams or the Edinburgh teams, as soon as training's finished, you'll get the Glasgow boys going back to Glasgow. If it's Edinburgh, if it's a Glasgow team, they'll go back. And Inverness, we were all together. So the players would say to me, can we train in the afternoon? They were always wanting to learn, they were always wanting to try and do it right. We had a great bunch of boys, real hard-working bunch of boys.
Brilliant. Because I know that was one of the reasons I'm really keen to speak to you as well.
When we finished this, we were playing the pre-season, and we only done one single session. You ask any professional player, it's morning and afternoon. You know, we only trained in the morning, every morning. The only time we done in the afternoon was when we played the Highland League teams at night. So we trained in the morning, went home, got our rest, got our sleep, and played at night. And we played 2 games a week, sometimes 3 games a week. It's the best pre-season I've ever done. The boys were fit, they come back lean, really fit. And then we went, the end of the pre-season, we were flying, and the last game we played was doing it. Birmingham, Lee Clark was the manager. So we flew down to Birmingham, played the game. He beat us 2-0. We were fantastic, Donald. Trust me, we were fantastic. We really blocked the ball really well. And we were coming back and sitting in the airport coming back. All the directors were there and they all had a few too many. But the chairman, Kenny, was with us. Kenny Cameron was sitting with the players and I could see him. He says, what's the matter with you, chairman? No, nothing. So you need to just twist his arm and you get it. Says, oh, the boys are like that. Says, we'll never win anything with this tippy-tappy football. Win the Scottish Cup and go third in Europe. So it just shows you.
It's incredible.
It works, Donald, it works. And that's why I can come on here and talk about it, because if you look at the success, even on way back years, 12 years ago now, when I was at Falkirk, 2 League Cup semi-finals, Scottish Cup final. In the Scottish Cup final, if you speak to boys like Boyd and Kenny Miller that played against us that day, they couldn't get near us. They beat us 1-0. And listen, it's all about the result, I understand that. But for a so-called provincial club like Falkirk, you know, with a small budget, we popped him off the park, we moved him about. And it was just like, I think we hit the post, but that's it, you have to take it. So I was really proud of the boys. So it's been with me right from when I first started, even young kids. All my young kids, you tell them, no, you just play 1 and 2 touch, pass and move, get on the ball, go and pass it. And there's a lot to it, Donald. It's not just passing the ball. You need to create space. You need to walk off opponents. And I played centre-half, Donald, and honestly, if I played centre-half with you and we were playing against 2 strikers and one of the strikers went away to midfield, I'd be saying to you, don't you be going there. Because you go in there, I get left one-on-one. So before you know it, you're getting a centre forward walking in, that's now a number 10 walking into midfield. You get a spare man. Then it all rotates, and then it's up to your goalkeeper or your centre halves to find the numbers where you've created overloads to go and get there. In the final third, and it's go and express yourself, go and take men on, go and express yourself, score goals, and get in the box. But it's hard work, Donald. It's hard work on the training pitch, a real tactical understanding.
I think one of the things, Yogi, though, that for yourself, it's a huge credit to you. You know, all the boys that I know that have worked with you, they all loved your philosophy, your training, how you put it across, you know, and how they could understand it as well. you know, what you were trying to
say. Well, bits of that come off you guys, Donald, how when you sit and do your stuff, you come across how the ways of understanding and learning, you know, be it visual, be it on a tactics board, or be it practical on the training pitch. Everyone's different, but you certainly get your message across. And a lot of it, trust me, Donald, there's coaching, and everybody can coach. You could put a 7-a-side on, and you could coach a 7-a-side, not too hard. You could coach and say, listen, we're all chasing the ball, we need to spread out a little bit, trust him, he'll get it to you. But there's teaching, and you have to be a teacher. And sometimes when they teach it, it's slowing it right down to walking pace, and then saying, taking them by the hand and saying, this is what will happen. And then you as a coach, your match preparation probably starts on a Monday afternoon. They'll come in after the Saturday, come on a Monday, you'll train. It will not be specific, but it'll still be passing the ball. Everything you do is passing the ball, passing move, passing move, passing move. And then the match report will come in on a Monday afternoon. You'll go through the match report, and that's quite specific in detail and what you're looking for in the opposition. And then you start working all your training the rest of the week round about that. But mostly all your work's done, Donald. You just said, if it's like you're playing against Celtic and you're sort of saying, I'm playing Christie number 10. I'm saying, and they've got a number 10. I'm saying, Scott Brown will come. You'll not have to go looking for him. He'll come to you because he wants to go back between the two centre halves. So you're saying to Christie, that's it. And then you swivel the other way. So your right midfielder will go in and pick up their number 10. You understand? So it's all rotations and swivels.
But what you've heard, I've heard guys saying this to me, what you did brilliantly, I think, is we're able to translate what you were doing on the training pitch in terms of the movement and the boxes and all the things that you did, and help the guys get a right understanding, like you're doing now, of how they take that and they do that in the match, and that how they have the skills to do it. Would you
that's the most important, Donald. There's an analogy that I use, Donald, and I use it myself. See when I do this, Donald, I always think myself as a player. I always try and take myself as a player and say, what would I understand? How would I get that? What would I do? And all that stuff. And there's an analogy that I use when I was I used to do amateur boxing as a kid. And we trained. So when I was training, Donald, on the pads and all that, I was cool, and there was a great rhythm to it. When I went to fight or have a boxing match, I think it was 3 2-minute rounds. I was like a windmill. And then I'd come back into my corner, and my trainer would be talking to me, and I would never listen to a word because all I wanted to do was get out there and get stuck in. And I was like, so where did all this go? And that's it. You have to control the emotions, settle them down, and say, have you got that? Have you got that? Then there's all the personality, how you put it across. But I never really went into the video analysis, Donald, because we never really had the tools at the club that I worked at. You know, I'd love to do that. So a lot of it was on the tactics board, but taking them by the hand. And all the other stuff, Donald, is, you know, when we were at Inverness, we used to get changed at the stadium and we travelled to Fort George, which is about 15 minutes away. And all the boys are in the transit van. And I used to say to them, listen, you're all having a carry-on in the transit van, brilliant. And that's it, that's part of another banter. I says, but see if you're already switched on. If you're already switched on, you've got to be the best on the training pitch. You walk on that training pitch, you're already switched on because they're still heads full of nonsense. You're ready to go. You're going to be on the best on the training pitch. You're the best on the training pitch. You've got to be in the team every week, and you've got to become the best player. Because 9 times out of 10, the best players on the training pitch are the best players in the team. The thing about it, Donald, you're saying that to every one of them individually. And the tempo and the training is up there. You could sit and watch an 8v8 and you would just stand and applaud some of the football and some of the stuff. And all credit to the players because they took it on board, and you just said, Donald, they implemented it. And as soon as you get a win, you get the confidence, you get momentum, and you're just like that. there was once or twice, there's managers, a lot of managers, Donald, when you play their team, they come in, aye, well done and all that. They don't say too much, even if you've given them a doing and what. And I understand that it's very difficult after a match to go in and say that. But there's one or two of them. Mark McGee's actually says it when we played Motherwell. He says that when you play Inverness, it's like playing Celtic. He says they just move about and they rotate in and out of each other's positions. And Ronnie Dyler says it as well. When we were at Inverness, he says that's the best football team we've played. And that's you take that and you say, well, we must be doing something right. And
as a coach, you must take great pride in that, Yogi, because that's, you know, I know it's the team, but that's an expression of you as a coach, isn't it? What the guys are doing.
Oh, 100%. And I've asked many times, because the way I played the game was my heart on my sleeve and got stuck in and all that stuff. Everybody says, how do you see that? Well, I just see the game different. I just see it. It's football. Everybody, I know not everybody at their own. Don't forget, Donald, once or twice, you know, I'll kick the ball and go and play off seconds because you have to get the other team thinking. But tactically, you have to give your boys the best opportunity. And I always took my teams over to Holland, Donald. I loved Holland. Always took my teams over to Holland. And we always got battered. Every pre-season game we got battered. We couldn't get near them because it's total football over there. I would stay behind Donald and grab the coach of the opposition and grab him and twist his arm and say, come on, you need to tell me, how did you set that trap? How did you do this? And I can remember once, Donald, this is honestly, we were taking a lot of the Dutch stuff and we were trying to implement it in the game. And their goalkeeper had the ball when we went to press them and all that stuff. So we've got them, couldn't get out, the goalie has to kick it, right? The two centre-halves split the midfielders. All of a sudden, instead of the midfielders going that way, beside us, in between the centre-halves, they come out the way, run. And the left winger come away and went in between the centre-halves, took the ball and away they start playing. And I'm saying, see, it's the left winger, and I'm saying, well, my right back's not going away in there. And it's the exact same, the right backs will no go, left backs, centre-halves, they'll no go in certain areas. They want to keep defending. They'll no go, and if you can walk off and get into positions, and you can keep the ball and pop it into them. And it's all down to players as well. You need good technicians, you need guys that can look after it. And I got lucky at Inverness in terms of when I went in there, you know, we had Shinny, we had, I seen Ryan, I just look at that. Dorrans could look after the ball. Tangi could pass the ball. Draper really took it on board. And big Gary Warren, a centre half, a wee bit like myself. He was the one that went, give me everything that you've got. He was the one that went, give me everything that you've got. I want to learn this. And he would stay behind and hit the reverse passes, look there, reverse it into this number 10 and all that stuff. And he was just like that, give me. And credit to them all, even me, Carlo. And I used to say, I would say that the fullbacks and David Raven, all these guys, if my right back's got the ball in a certain area, and I would say that to the coaches, I'd be standing watching the game and I'd be saying to Kells or wee Russell or Chipper, I'd be saying, if he's got the ball in a certain area, I would say, if we're a half-decent team, 2 passes for now, that should be on my left winger. Because we didn't always be reversed in the park. Quarterback would get it, he would fire it either into the winger that come in between the lines. If the fullback come with him, then it'd be over the top for my fullback now playing left wing. And then their right winger had to play fullback. I've never known wingers that wanted to defend. They hate it. And it was vice versa. And that was all. Donald, it's like there is plenty of stuff in football, American football. You know when we see so many stuff. And that's what I find, Donald, when I go and coach for the SFA and do the tutoring and the badges, the A and the B, it's the best 2 weeks because you get all sorts coming in, all walks of life, and then it's your job to try and help them and get them through that and try and advance them. I never judge them. It's my job to try and get them there and asking all the questions. And one thing that I've noticed is a lot of them are good at it and coach. But they don't really know the game, you know, they sort of make it up. So as you're a coach, that's when you step in and say, that'll not happen because he'll come in here. So you have to say, and if it does come in there, what are you going to do? So you're helping them along, and that's good. I learn as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Donald, see some of these guys, and they maybe be training kids.
Yeah.
They'll be top a session, go and coach a session, right? And I'll be like, let me see that. That's mine. I'll be coaching that. Oh, 100%. It's a great environment. So it's a great learning environment.
I can see from yourself, Yogi, as well, you know, you have unbelievable enthusiasm for the game, but there's that curiosity about the game and about sport, because when you were saying there about American football, you know, I was lucky enough a few years ago to work a decent amount in rugby league, and I got it, not just because I knew about rugby, because it's that relationship to the player, the team, and space. That's, you know, the similarities.
100%, Donald. 100%. And no disrespect, you know who got it great, Donald, up at Inverness. You just got, and you have to be, you have to have a tactical knowledge and awareness. See if you've no, you'll find these guys. And you have to bring. When I was at Falkirk, I had to bring the right players to the club. You know, guys like Kevin McBride, Stephen O'Donnell, Craig. Kevin McBride, these guys that could get on it and pop the ball, and Burton O'Brien, real footballers, you know, can really know the game and pass it. Latapi, he was a catalyst for every team I had at Falkirk, and it's really, really good in the way you go about it. But as you say, it's you learn further sports and it's pace, and that's where you got it. And when I was up at Inverness, and no disrespect, Aaron Dorrans was a great boy. I love him. I loved him to bits. In fact, I've got to say he was one of my favourites up there. You shouldn't have favourites. But you know how Aaron got it? Because he played left winger, he was all right-footed, and he played directly against the right back. And the thing about Aaron, then I'm honest enough to say, he's not the bravest. So if the right backs give him a bit of that, you know, he'll still take the ball and he'll try and take him on. And I used to say to him, listen, see if that right back's doing that and you can't we're getting the ball and you can't beat him, or you're pulling him short to go long. Why do you not just walk away in here? Just walk away in here. Don't walk in, stand there. Come away in here, right? I guarantee you he'll not come with you. He won't come with you. And Aaron's went like that. If I'm walking in there and I get that right and I'm standing and I'm scanning and I'm having a look at the right back, that means I'm free. That means he's not kicking me. He picked it up in 5 minutes.
Brilliant.
That'll do me. I've got that. I'm going there. I'm taking easy bit in there. That was in numbers, overload numbers that we could pop it into. And it was fantastic. And see, as you see when you see it working, you go, wow. And to be honest, it doesn't work all the time. And sometimes you're standing as a coach and you're looking at each other going, what's the matter with us today? But when it does come off, and I think it's a long process, at times you get beat. But if you look at the process and where you are at the end of the season and the success that you had, then it's all worthwhile.
Brilliant. And what's your plans for the future, Yogi? What's on the horizon?
I get back in, Donald. When I left Inverness, I sort of says I was away for the family for 2.5 years. And the kids were at an age where even the missus and her family, her parents were in great health. So I sort of says to her, you know, I'll come back. I says, like, I'll spend a right good year, take a year off. And then a year turned into 2 years. And all of a sudden I'm saying to myself, and honestly, Donald, I've just been playing about it, no really looking. I missed out on a cracker, I have to say, abroad about 6 weeks ago. You know, so that was it. And I've always wanted to go abroad just to try something different. I've been trying to get into America. I've never had any luck. I've been let down with a lot of people who sort of give you the false promise, I'll do this, I'll do that. But I need to get back into football. I made a mistake going into Rafe Rovers, Donald, when I went in, you know, that was a one where when I've talked about it, I didn't want to change my philosophy because I'm a great believer. You're a professional footballer, Donald. You need to be a master of your trade. And you're not telling me, if you're a full-time professional footballer, you cannot get the ball and pass it to your own teammate. You know, and I'm sort of saying to myself, that's what we need to do. And the thing about it is, you're not playing against, no disrespect, you're not playing against top opposition that's going to take the ball off you every time you get it. So it evens itself out. So if we're doing something different, and it was just one of these scenarios that I've sort of said to myself, went in there, I couldn't get players in, the window was closed. There was a lot of injuries, we had a lot of injuries. And injuries to top players, the boys like Scott Robertson played for Dundee United in Scotland, real footballer. You know, he come back the last couple of weeks and I think he played the last game, but you could see the talent. Ross Callaghan, he broke his wrist, probably the other one. And a strange thing was the boy Lewis Vaughan, the next again year, once they got relegated, they were back in the first division. He scored 28 goals that year. But the year I was there, he was on loan at Dumbarton, scoring goals for Dumbarton, keeping them up. And we were going down. And he was technically he was the best player in the club, goal scorer you're seeing. And then I went in February, I'm not making excuses, I'll take full responsibility. I went in February and the top goal scorer scored 4 goals. At February seasons, you've got about 3 months to go to the season, so it tells you the problems there. And not due to them, they were lacking confidence and there was no momentum, so that was one that's probably harmed me a little bit. But I'm not getting judged on 40
No,
games.
if you look back, Yogi, everyone I speak to within the game and all the players and everyone now remembers, like we were speaking about the teams you had, you know, at Falkirk and Inverness and Cup winners with Inverness and the great football that
see, you know, even Hibs, when I was at Hibs, that was my dream job when I went. Dream job when I went into Hibs. We went in there. Even in the first month, they had sold Stephen Fletcher down to Burnley, and Big Rob Jones left. These two, that strikes through your spine in the club, and I had to sort of rebuild it a wee bit. And I got lucky, and we were fantastic. The second half of the season, Donald, where everybody forgets, we dipped a little bit, right? But there was reasons for that. There was 1 or 2 reasons for that. The main stand, so opposite the main stand at Easter Road, that got demolished. And then when that got demolished, the pitch went, and it really struggled to play that football. But somebody was telling me the other day, their Hibs last year as a team scored 52 goals, 51 goals. When I was there, my 3 strikers, Nishi, Riordan and Stokesy, scored 52 goals between them. And we finished 4th and got into Europe. So the next again season, 8 games in, you lose your job. That was a really bit disappointing. And Rod, you know Rod in football, Rod's went through many a manager at Easter Road. You know, many a manager at Easter Road. And it's just part, before going into it, it's just part of the parcel of it.
You know what I was going to ask?
A real good success, Donald.
You know what I was going to ask you, and it reminds me, before we kind of finish, you must have been one of the first managers to really get into and see the usefulness of the loans. You were one of the first ones I remember of using it really well. You must have been.
Donald, that comes from Jim Jeffries and Billy Brown. And I'll tell you the reason why. When we were at Falkirk, we used to train at Brockville a lot, or on the AstroTurf at the back of Brockville, Dread the Fort. It was like training on concrete. You know what you think about it. Every Tuesday after training, they two would be away down England looking at players. Down England. And sometimes it was Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and they would back up the road. And you would always ask them, and if you look at the players that Jim Jeffries signed for England, you're talking about Joe McLaughlin. Joe McLaughlin was the captain of Chelsea. Alec Ray. Tommy McQueen played left back for West Ham. Simon Stainrod, Aston Villa, Queen's Park Lane. So you could see the work. So that's sort of something that I'm sort of saying, right, when we're in, and I loved it. It wasn't a chore. I loved going down. We always used to go down to watch Manchester United most of the time. Ricky Sparese, you know Ricky?
Yeah, I know Ricky.
Ricky used to take the team, so we were always doing watching Manchester United. And every time I speak to Ricky, because we got to know him, and I could tell him his team. Giuseppe Rossi used to play up front. The wee boy, the Italian, absolutely. Mick Shane was centre half. Gerard Piqué was centre half. Bradley, the right back, the wee boy Fox in midfield. There was a couple of them come up to Rangers. So we're always doing there, but you're always watching. And then we went right down, and we got down into Arsenal, got to know Liam. And then we started working with Arsenal, and it was all the Irish kids. Liam come up and watched us play against Celtic. Anyway, he used to play the game properly. Total footballer, Liam Brady, one of the best ever. And he used to play football. I have no qualms whatsoever sending the young kids up to you. And I think Liam being Irish, he knew they were coming. So it was all the Irish ones we seemed to get on. And they were on. They all had a bad about themselves. It was fantastic. And if I go through them, Craig, O'Donnell, Graham Barrett could have been the best of them all. Right. But he had a knee problem. And he really struggled. He had bleeding on the kneecap, and he really struggled. Eventually he got back. He was never the same player. He was a real, you could see, he had a wee bit about him. Wee Bradley, who's now the manager. Wee Brad is the manager over in Ireland. I think it's Shamrock Rovers. Okay. Technically fantastic footballer. And then the lovable rogue, Stokesy. We've got Stokesy as an 18-year-old. But I says to that, we've never seen Stokesy. I says to the boys, I says, any other young ones doing this? She's go and get the boys Stokes, go and get Irish, go and get Stokes. So before you know it, you start doing your work and say, we need to get down and have a look at him. I think we went down once, got a look at him. And then we got him as, I think he was a 17-year-old, brought him up, and he just says, go and play Stokes. So don't forget, he was playing with a magician at the back here. Now, if you watch strikers, real top strikers, movements, unbelievable. And that's one thing I done at Falkirk. I was looking back the other day, Donald, at all the strikers I worked with at Falkirk, right fair and early when I first went in. Darryl Duffy, fantastic striker. The best out of them all in terms of movement, Andy Thompson, now with Shelley doing this almost movement and finishing. See, when it went left foot, you get strikers that run around it to take it on the right foot. Talking left foot, right foot, movement. So they two, and we wrestled behind them. We wrestled.
Well, that's what I was thinking, who would be behind them.
Don't break your stride. And it was goals, and then we moved on. We worked with Big Michael Higgins, Stevie Lovell, Stokesy, Alan Gill. Some of the strikers we had at Falkirk in the day, and always Russell playing in that, because always played the wee diamond. Russell playing in behind them. And Russell was world class. So it was great. And I've always, that's one thing when you say, where do you learn and where do you pick up? That's one thing that you pick up when you're listening to Sir Alex Ferguson. Always have goals in your team. Always have goals, always have strikers, always have strikers on the bench that could come off and play the part. And then also, Donald, the youngs, you need to give the youth a chance. You need to give the youth a chance. And when we were back at Falkirk in the day, that's where Arfield and Scobie all come through. And to see them go and have the career that they went on to do is fantastic. Same with Ryan.
That's what I was thinking of there,
You know, I just seen him, I just went in there, I says to Kells, make sure the kids train an hour after us. We finished with the first team, go over to see the kids. And I just felt, wow, first team. 2 weeks later, I was in the first team, couldn't get him out because his appetite. And he was like a wee bit happy. I'm sort of saying to myself, if I can get the ball into him between the lines, he doesn't come back the way. A lot of players play that number 10. We've already broke the lines, we're in. And they come back in themselves. He's already scanning, it goes into him, he's on the half turn, and he's at you. He's at you, and he's at you, and he's at you, and he's slotting. And if you've got a striker that's got good movement or good pace, then he's just slotting them in. So it was great, Donald, and that's it. And then, as you know, I'm good pals with JC, John Paul. You know, we're with each other most days, and it's constant football arguments. That's wrong, that's right. So, and he's a purist. So it's constant. I'm telling you, don't do it. I do it this way. I do it that way. I do it, and so it's always. So we're always. What do you think about that? Always bouncing ideas off each other. So it's constant football. But anyway, Don, I need.